Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at a Matchbox Super Kings Skammel heavy wreck truck. So it's not in bad condition really, it's a bit play worn. A few scratches here and there, it's had a few knocks. The spring in the back of this is it's a bit dodgy. It's meant to spring back up when you pull it down, lifting up the vehicle at the back, but it's also a little bit twisted or bent somehow on the boom. So I'm gonna have to have a little look at that. It appears straight though, that's the weird thing. We'll look into it. What else have we got? The wheels, I don't really like these old wheels, but there's a light missing there as well at the front. So let's have a proper look. We've got this other one. This was a donor vehicle, and as you can see, they do a second base with different wheels on the gold version, and I think these wheels are better. So I'm thinking about whether to swap them over, but I don't know. I'm going to be thinking on it a little while. The spring in that one's gone as well. So yeah, I like the base on this as well. So I think they're a better wheel for this type of truck, to be honest. Nice suspension. Suspension's all right on this one as well. That's not the issue. It's just cosmetics. I just don't like these wheels. I just don't think they suit it. But we'll see how we go with that anyway. So let's get the drill out. Get the base drilled out and see where we are after that. Let's take this opportunity as well. I've not been online so much lately and uploaded a few videos or what have you. I'm a bit behind. I don't want to go on about it too much. I've got a lot of health issues and I've been in the hospital. Not actually in hospital, but going to different clinics for this, that and the other. And I've had to have a pre-op. So I will be going in for surgery like the next week or two. So I've had to ease up on a lot of things because I've had to be like isolated within my home because I'm in like a really high risk category. So I've had to isolate away from my own family inside my home, and everything's just tough at the minute. So I do apologise for the lack of videos, but as I say, as soon as I'm back on track with things will be back to normal as soon as possible. So bear with me. Anyway, back to the video. So we're just going to pop off the base at the bottom and the front here. I think it may need a little bit more drilling, to be honest. I don't think I've done quite enough here. So let's give it a little wiggle, see how we get on. If not, we can just finish it up a little bit more. It's not an issue. Yeah, I think we're going to have to re-drill it. Come on, you little bugger. Try and prise it from a different angle. There we go, we've got it. So off with the base there now. Let's have a quick look inside. That's the mechanism for the jib at the back. It's basically just a spring that it forces against it, and I think it's because it's not really fastened down well at the back there. It's not causing enough spring action, so we basically just got to tighten down the back rivet a little bit, tighten it up, and then that'll cause the correct action to take place when you push down on the jib. So it's not really an issue. It's quite common in these, to be honest. So we'll fix that up anyway. So let's drill the jib out. I have to get myself some more new drill bits. I think these ones are coming to the end of the lifespan. They're still working, like, but they're not as good as they should be. I think that should do it. Just give it a little wiggle. Just clear this rubbish up a little bit. Can't bear working with all these little bits of metal everywhere, and just brush them to one side for now. Just get them out the way so they don't stick in my hands. That should do it for now. Right, let's get the centre punch and use it as an impact driver. Just pushing on where I've just drilled, and the impact of the punch pushes out the rivets, and it makes it easier to take off. Just give it a little gentle persuasion now. It should pop off no problem. There we go. Same thing there. Quick push with the punch, and it pops off the little horn on the window. There we go. So what else have we got? The exhaust should just like bend up and then pull out. Yeah, there we go. This is actually snapped at the end, so I'm going to file that down, drill a small hole in it, and then I'm going to fit in a little extension piece in the piece that's snapped. So that's an easy fix. Just have a little look at the spring here now. Push out the front grille. This little tool's brilliant. I love it. This centre punch, it's got so many uses. So that's the grille out. And she's ready for the caustic. So the base, what do we do with the base? Should we keep it? Should we change it? I don't know. They both need lights on the front, so there's no work gained or lost in that sense. No matter which base I use, I've still got to do them lights. It's just the cosmetics. I just don't... I know it's a toy, but at the end of the day, and we strip the wheels off it just in case we do decide to reuse these. I'll just pop all these wheels, rather tyres, should I say, not wheels. That's the last of the tyres off. At least if I don't use these tyres, I'll have a little bit of a stock. These will fit on some other models that need wheels that I've got, so they won't go to waste if I don't use them. There's always another project that needs something. So anyway, I'm going to take these axles off Eddie, just as I say, just in case I do use this base or whatever, you know. So you're just going to push the axles through the wheel there, just to reveal a little bit more of the axle where the bear's bent over the top. It's been peened. There's not much to play with, but basically just going to file off the top there with either a hand file or the Dremel. Pull off that wheel and then it'll slide through. So it's easy enough to take off, and then it can be repeened or crimped, whichever way I go about doing it. I say there's not much room to play with, but we'll do it. Do from this side, actually there's more room. I say it's just a little bit that needs filing there, it's not much. All the way around a little file and they'll pop out. Now this thing is a bit weird. It's got a little pin on the end there, but as you can see, it's really bent. But further inspection of this piece, it appears straight. No matter which way I look at it and twist it and turn it, it's straight. It's just the cross section of the top that seems to be like on an angle. So I've got to take this out first, get the little pin out, and then I can have a proper look at it. And if it needs to be heated up or whatever, then things are not going to melt. So I'll take that little pin out and then we can fix that, hopefully. Let's get a bit organised. So this one, I don't know. I do like them wheels though. I think they're more fitting, so I think I will go with these wheels and that base. Right, so we put that aside for a second anyway. So I've take a closer look at this jib. So I've took out the hooks and what have you. As you can see more closely now, it appears that one side's longer than the other on the main shafts, but they're actually not. It has got a twist and a bend in it somewhere, but I just don't want to split it and then reattach it because I think it'll be a weaker fitting. So I genuinely don't know what to do with it. It's a strange one, this. No matter what, as I say, you can see from the sides, the main structure's straight. Just let it focus a little bit so you can see. It's just got a slight little kink at the top, and if I try and twist that round, I'm scared it might snap. And it's straight all the way up as well. I don't know, it's just, see, as you can see from this side, it's straight there, it runs parallel with the other side. So it's not an issue with that piece, so I don't want to risk causing an issue with that piece. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to just leave it, because it doesn't interfere with the actual function of it. And it gives it a little bit of character, in my opinion, as well. It shows it's being played with, and you know, so I'm going to leave it. So anyway, we're going to stick everything in the caustic now, in the old hot dog jar. This is about the 5th jar I've used. I'm forever cracking them. I don't know how these guys keep doing it week in, week out, the same jar, if they are still using the same jar, but I'm terrified to use this now. I've only used it now and again. But I'd rather stick to the bread tin, the oven tins. So I've just popped it in the boiling water now. Stick in the caustic, and then you guys can see a bit of the reaction that takes place. It's starting to fizz away now. Paint's starting to come away from the body and the boom. Just leave that in there for about 10 minutes, let it just do its job. So I don't really like messing about with it when it's in the jar in case I crack it again. It makes a terrible mess. Anyway, I'll stop nattering now. I'll just let you see what it's doing, and I'll come back to you when we've got it all off on the bench. So here we are, it's all done out the caustic now, got it back, just test fitting things, putting together with the new base, as you can see. I've tightened the spring up at the bottom, but it's still, because it's not fastened to the base properly, it's not working, but as you can see, that it is functionable. So once that's all fixed down, it will work right. So I decided to go with this base, because as you can see, I think the wheel's a lot better. So I'll just pop this off, onto one side a second, and we can have a look. Just fit the bit on the end of the rotary tool here. So as you can see, I'm going to go with the Scotch Brite mop, is what they're called. It's not too aggressive, this one. It does the job of the wire wheel, but it's not as it doesn't make splinters of little metal fly off like they're prone to do. So I'll use this one for this model. It whizzes through it just as easy. Just trying to keep it all in camera angle for you and in shot, so I feel a little bit gammy-handed doing this because I'm doing it all back to front, so my apologies if it looks like I'm botching up, but I'm trying to keep it all in shot for you guys. I'm basically doing it back to front because I'm looking through a screen to do it, which is all mirrored. So it's basically just cleaning off the residue, what the caustic's left behind. There's no paint as such to take off, it's just the oxidisation and the residue that's left after the dip. Apologies as well if you can hear background noise of the family and what have you, and the kids killing each other in lockdown because they're bored. All they seem to do is argue and fight, so my apologies if you do pick up on any of that in the background. Just kids being kids at the end of the day. Well, I can't go out and tell them to behave because I'm isolated from everybody, so they're taking full advantage of that because dad can't do nothing about their behaviour. Typical kids. So we're just going to whip down the back here, just take all the little bits and bobs off, as I say, and clean it up best we can, ready for paint. Here she is, all cleaned up now, all ready for painting. It's come up quite well actually, considering, like, you know, a little bit of white wool on it now just to finish it up. Doesn't really need it, but I'll do it anyway. So you don't even need to use the Dremel, to be fair. If you've not got a Dremel or rotary tool, this wire wool will do exactly the same job as I've just done with the wire wheel. It just takes that little bit longer, and that's basically the difference. It's just one's powered by electricity and one's powered by you. You just got to put the effort in, a little bit of elbow grease and time, patience. It does exactly the same job. Just getting to the little nooks and crannies there on the back, around the winch and toolbox areas, whatever it's called. On the wheel arches. And there's a little spring again. I've tightened up this. I just got a hammer on it and just give it a little tap down. Made the spring a little bit more tighter, so that works a treat now. Alright, so what I'm going to do here now is just tidy up the hooks on the back with a little bit of touch-up paint. I'm not going to go overboard with these. I'm not going to use the Molotow pen on these with chrome. I think the aluminium look, or the steel look rather, suits them better than chrome. It's a case of touching them. I don't know that bad anyway. I just might as well give them a little freshen up, you know. So I'm just going to do the same on that and the other hook. The exhaust muffler, is that what it's called? And the horns from the top of the cab. So I'm just going to place them on here once they're done and leave them to dry. Again, I'll shut up waffling. You can see what I'm doing. You don't need me to like sit here and tell you what I'm doing. It's pretty obvious really, so I'll come back when we're doing something different. So I'll chat to you in a little bit. Okay, let's focus on the window and the beacons on the top. So what I'm doing here now is I'm just filing around the top just to get the shape back where it's been like chewed on and bashed and crashed into whatever. Yeah. So I'm just using like 1500 grade sandpaper, wet and dry, that I've stuck onto a piece of cork, and I'm just going around getting, as I say, just getting its shape back, polishing it up a little touch, and then once that's done, it'll be washed off and then stuck in the pledge, give it its sheen back. Bit finicky to do these, but it does make a difference. If you don't do these, you can see they stand out a real lot, you know. And for the sake of 5 minutes of just doing this, it's a bit fiddly, as I say, but it does make a difference in the end. It's well worth doing. Right, so that's ready for the dip. So as you can see, I've painted it, and I've put in the window with the top, and you can see the beacons now. They're looking nice and fresh. I've attached the exhaust system on the side. I still need to put the piece on the top there, and it's starting to come together. It's looking really nice, actually. It's all fitted together in there as normal. I fitted that peen down on the back, fitted it, sprayed this jib. The hooks on, they're all working fine. Right, so just clip that into place there, see how we go on. Test fit it, so to speak. Nice little click. I say it's only test fit, and I know I've got to stick this back on, but I'm just seeing how things are first. Don't panic. So that's going to fit in the place nice there. I say the actual action doesn't really work that well until everything's fitted properly and fixed into place. So once that's fitted in nice, everything should work great. Oh, out of shot a little bit there, I apologise. Just checking on the spring action. Right, so just got to file around the ends where the old rivets was. Just round it off a touch now because there's been paint added onto it and what have you. So just sort of cleaning up the burrs around the edges so that it fits perfect. Trying not to scratch the rest of it while I'm doing this as well. Right, should do it. Let's pop off the base again. Trying not to scratch anything. Get in there, you little swine. Seems to fit okay. Put a little bit of the old super duper glue in. Oh, that's good, isn't it? Screwed it off one-handed and took off the whole thing. Very clever. Trying to be a smarty pants. There we go. So the lid's off now. Easy peasy. Alright, let's just put a few drops of this in. Make sure it's all lined up again. Just let that dry off a second. Oops. Let's get a better fit than that. I'm not too happy with that fit. I apologise for being out of shot. Right, let's fit it into place properly. It's really thick glue. This is the super glue, but it's the gel type, so it's not going to run everywhere. That capillary action that you get when it goes, this sits where you put it. I thought it'd be the appropriate one to use for this. So I've just got to wait for a couple of seconds and let it just dry off. I've got none of that was it called Zip Kick or something? The instant dry spray. I need to get myself some of that. Just pop the base back on. Little bit of glue in the front there. And drop in the back. Put the radiator grill in now. It's just going to be a case of just putting on the decals and putting it on the turntable for you guys. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everybody who subscribed to the channel previously and welcome all new subscribers, and thank you all for subscribing and supporting the channel. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Love the comments that you're leaving every week. So keep them coming. I read every one and reply to you all. And I'm so thankful that you keep coming back and watching my videos. So thank you very much, guys. Please stick around and watch the end. You see the reveal. And I shall see you guys in the next one. Take care. Stay safe. See you soon. Bye-bye for now.